Hi everybody, we are back. It has been a long awaited time.
3 months.
It's been 3 months.
Yeah.
My season went well. Josh, your season go well?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
We had a good finish to the season and had a lot of good games, so
Yep.
It was fun.
So Josh and I and Ryan have had conversations on how we want to approach this winter or this fall going into winter, and how we want to do the videos on balls and strikes. We're debating on whether to go live, so we're actually filming this on an actual camera. If you guys want us to go live where you can ask questions, please comment it below, and then we'll make that adjustment as we go. So we thought we want better quality film and make sure that you're able to enjoy what we have to say. So let's get started. For this week's topic, Josh, what do we have?
We have contact points and timing. So in hitting, so much is talked about with mechanics. And we have a philosophy in terms of mechanics, what needs to be taught there. And mechanics are great and they're important because there's certain fundamentals you have to do as a hitter. But in terms of hitting, timing and where you make contact is crucial to being a good hitter. You can have a good swing and still not be hitting the ball well. And so a lot of times people go back to mechanics right away, when really it just comes down to where are you making contact and are you getting started on time. So let's talk about contact points. A lot of times I see in my lessons a kid might have a solid swing, there might be little mechanical adjustments we need to do, but the biggest thing is contact points. And one of the biggest things I see is hitting the outside pitch and something middle away to away. A lot of times kids struggle with this because it takes a lot of patience to be a good hitter in terms of using the whole field. One guy that comes to mind for me in terms of Major League Baseball, Miguel Cabrera. Literally the guy, it almost looks like he goes up to the plate and he knows exactly where he's going to hit the ball before the at-bat even starts. And so he's totally in control at the plate. But a lot of times younger hitters especially, they get real anxious and real excited to hit and real heavy on that front side and trying to pull. And sure, we want to be able to hit this inside pitch and pull that ball, but this outside pitch, what it really takes, it takes patience and the ability to trust your hand. So as a hitter, I'm going to take my same swing, my same load and stride, but notice where I'm making contact on that outside pitch, okay? We call this letting the ball travel or letting it get deep. And as you can see here, notice my barrel angle, okay? Barrel angle is extremely important. Notice how my barrel is actually lagging behind my hands right here, okay? Now, say on an inside pitch, my barrel angle is going to be out in front of my hands, and now that ball is going to go to the pull side. And a pitch down the middle, my barrel is going to be even with my hands. It's going to go back up the middle. So that's why this is so important.
Now let's talk about, so one thing about my lessons and what I see is that, Josh, go ahead and get to the contact point.
Yep, outside pitch.
Go outside pitch really quick.
Boom.
So if you look at his wrists right now, they're not broken yet, all right? Now go to middle, So we still want that lag behind with that barrel so that you end up having, your wrists have not broken yet either.
Right. Palm up, palm down.
Yeah, palm up, palm down. Same thing here, you still want to think hands inside and you don't want to break those hands. That's the biggest misconception when it comes, and I saw an article the other day and it was actually referencing back to Ted Williams, and it was his thought on hitting.
The ideal swing has always been one that was slightly up.
It's where that when you swing, it's like swinging and trying to cut down a tree.
Hard push swing with the hips, like hitting a tree, swinging up with an axe.
You don't want to break those hands with an axe. If you're holding an axe, you don't want to break those hands, because if you do, you end up hurting your wrists and you're hurting your arm. So when swinging a baseball bat, it's the same thing. He says it's a push, but it's not really a push. It's a feeling. Once you get your hands making contact with that ball, and then you're able to break those hands. Because if you keep on breaking them, we see constantly. How many times do you see a guy roll over?
Tons.
Yeah, I mean,
with fastballs, but also with off-speed pitches. I mean, that's the biggest thing you see, especially like 16U, is guys get a pitch away and they roll over to third. You know.
And with our younger guys that we get here in the cages, the first thing that we see is roll over ground ball, line drive, ball up into the top corner. You don't want that, because if in Major League Baseball they don't get paid to technically just pull baseballs all day long. There's a few exceptions. There's a few outliers. But majority of hitters in Major League Baseball, you got to hit the ball the other way, especially in the college game. College game, it's preached to you constantly.
Absolutely, and that really starts for me in terms of your BP routine. And you know, as a younger player, sure, you might just want to take swings off front toss and BP. But as you start to work into middle school, I'd say 12 to 14, and definitely into high school, even if you come up here with a buddy or dad, grandpa, whoever, and they're throwing you BP, you want to try to have some type of routine in terms of, a lot of times hitters will start off working the other way, okay? And then they might have a situational round in terms of driving a guy in from third. That's one of the big things we try to really preach here, is have a routine. And it doesn't have to be, a ton of different things, just starting off in terms of letting that ball travel, working the other way. And if you go and watch a Major League BP, a lot of times you're like 2 hours before the game, if you get there way early, a lot of times the opposing team will be hitting, and you'll see guys, sure, they'll be jacking balls out of the ballpark, but also they'll be hitting balls, those low line drives the other way, and it just shows they're able to let the ball get deep, trust their hands, and have that back control.
All right, so let's tailor it back and tailor this whole thing in. So as a coach, what you should be looking for is where the pitch location is on the plate and where the contact point is being made.
Yeah.
So if it's an inside pitch, you want to be out in front of the plate. If it's an outside pitch, you want it deeper into the zone.
And middle's going to be right in between these two.
Yeah. Let's finish that off with what we have going on.
So we've got plenty of instructors available for lessons, but the big thing that we've got this fall is outdoor fall training. And so Ryan's actually going to be heading that up in terms of leading that program, but that's really good if you want to work on specific skills and just get better at the baseball IQ side of things. And Ryan's really good in terms of the mental game and those types of things. So it's going to be a good program. This is the first year we've ever had it through Balls and Strikes, and so it's going to be at Parkway South. And Ryan's going to do a great job with that. He's going to actually be in next week, talk more about it. But I think it'd be a really good opportunity for kids to work on some skills outside of just playing games in the fall.
Cool. That's what we got to finish it off. Spiker Helms, Josh Herrick,
Where's Ryan?
he'll be back next week. See you guys.